update.
Yes, and we're talking, this just came down within the last 5 minutes, and it's not great news. They did a special 6:35 update based on those hurricane hunters we told you were in the storm, and they have strengthened it to 155-mile-per-hour winds. Now, that is 1 mile per hour away from being a Category 5 hurricane. So that's why you're really starting to see those conditions deteriorate. We talked about it in the Lee County area. They've already ceased being able to help people because right now from Lee County, a nearly Category 5 hurricane is less than 55 miles off the coast. And if you remember what I told you, hurricane force winds extend 40 miles from the coastline. And now we're talking about the strongest Category 4 that can happen, nearly 155-mile-per-hour winds somewhere in this eye wall, which is less than 55 miles away from the Lee County coastline and moving north-northeast, which is why we've been so concerned about southern Sarasota County, because as it moves north-northeast, you know, technically it can be anywhere in this cone, but it's really going to be very close to this center line, which might include a landfall this afternoon in Inglewood or as far south as the Charlotte Harbor. Certainly Charlotte Harbor could end up getting a major surge event if it's just to the north of that. But again, the wind speeds have increased to 155 miles per hour. And this is only a couple of hours away from the coastline of southern Sarasota or western portions of Charlotte County. So somewhere in that area, south of Venice, north of Fort Myers, may see the brunt of a strong Category 4 hurricane on the cusp of a Category 5 as this moves north, which means as it pushes over somewhere like Northport, it's not going to have a lot of time to weaken, if at all. And those hurricane force winds, the strongest, the 155-mile-per-hour winds, are in that eye wall, which may crash into the Northport area as the center of the storm is still even out in the Gulf of Mexico. And when we look at the sea surface temperatures, it's not looking good either, because this is one of the reasons why the system is continuing to gain strength. You see this light lavender color off the Cape Coral coastline. That's 90-degree water temperatures. Now, if you had watched us yesterday, we said this is slow moving. It's going to turn those waters up. So some cooler waters from the depths of the Gulf would push north. Would push to the surface. Because this is moving so quickly, that's not going to happen, and we are going to see that 90-degree water all the way to landfall. I'm going to send it over to meteorologist Amanda Holly to kind of give us an update on what to expect in Sarasota.
Yes, we've been breaking down county by county all morning long for you on what to expect. But Sarasota and Manatee County now going to take the brunt of this storm with that eye wall very close to southern Sarasota and then continuing to pass inland. So what we're expecting, 70 to 100-mile-per-hour sustained winds for several hours is not out of the question as that eye wall moves through. Those gusts will occur frequently, upwards of 115 miles per hour. That is now fairly likely, especially in southern Sarasota County, near where that center comes ashore. Again, the surge is not as much of a concern because we're going to have offshore winds. There is a low tornado threat there. But again, as we look at the wind speeds that we're going to see sustained versus what we would see in a tornado, not much of a difference. And then the rainfall, definitely isolated amounts of 20 to 25 inches will lead to localized flooding. But at this point, my biggest concern for Sarasota County are those sustained winds of possibly that Category 4 hurricane strength. Then as the system continues to move inland, our interior counties here, Polk, Highlands, Hardy, and DeSoto, especially Hardy and DeSoto County, because you will be a little closer to that center as it is a little stronger. We're talking about those hurricane force winds sustained upwards of 75, maybe even 80 miles per hour, gusts upwards of 90 and above. Obviously not concerned about surge there. Tornadoes are possible in these outer bands. We've seen them to our south, and now we have that tornado watch in effect. And we're also watching for localized flooding there in our interior counties. Hillsborough County, specifically interior portions of Hillsborough County, mainly east of I-75 here. Those winds will gust very close to, if not above, that hurricane force. And then late tomorrow, we could see a low surge of 2 to 4 feet right in our all the way up in northern Tampa Bay. There's a low tornado threat today, and that higher rainfall amounts will lead to localized flooding as well. So we're going to continue to track these updates for you and give you them as we get them in. We just got that updated at 6:35 with that updated category, those updated wind speeds from the hurricane hunters, Lee.
Yeah, we really hate to see that, obviously, because someone is going to see the brunt of Hurricane Ian, and we don't want anyone to. So it was a rough update to get, and we just want to look one more time at max defender rate, because we know we're seeing some of those intense rain bands pushing through our area, but we also know that in this circle right here, the eye wall, which max defender rate is tracking, that's where we're finding the hurricane hunters, that is, found 155-mile-per-hour winds as it continues to wrap in that counterclockwise fashion, only about 54 miles from the Naples coastline. And if this is moving to the north-northeast, it means that eye wall will crash on shore somewhere in Sarasota or in Charlotte County. So we're going to send it back to Chris now. I know you've been, you guys saw me kind of try to get all this update in, because when we talk about a Category 5 or near Category 5 hurricane strength, we get very concerned about who is going to feel that.
And nothing really between here and landfall that's going to diminish it if it grows stronger.
So we talked about the 90-degree water that this is going through, just kind of jet fuel for the storm. And then you ask about the shear that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Well, that was if the storm made it to Tampa Bay or north. All of the shear is still there in the northern Gulf of Mexico. What Ian did was make a hard right and never get into that area that would disrupt it, unfortunately.
All right.